I mean, 2022 was a bloody good year. It was a good year. How's 2023 been so far?
It's going fast. You know, and you're just like, wait, is it
well, over 6 months in.
Yeah, I know. I keep being like, it's February, right?
Yeah.
No, it's been good. We've been hard at work. It's been so good getting more regular gigs in, getting back into writing across the summer. So fresh, new, tasty Novacrow will be coming
already.
Soon. Yeah, it's not going to be ready yet.
It feels too soon.
I know.
Almost.
I know. Well, we're enjoying playing this album so much live.
Yeah.
It's thrilling.
It doesn't feel like you've even had enough time, or at least enough shows to almost the process of we've got this album, we've got to tour it, and so on, that kind of thing.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. What are you doing? One of the other band members is rubbing his nipples in the distance.
Okay, yes.
Right
so
at my eye line. I'm sorry.
Always a distraction. Okay, so what's been, let's say, this touring cycle, I guess, to a certain degree, right? So we are at AoniaFest 5. When you got the invitation, what made you want to do this? What's the appeal of doing a show like this?
Well, it's a fabulous lineup. We've played with Aonia and like several times, and they're absolutely lovely. We knew it was going to be a belter bill.
Yeah.
And we've not actually played this venue before, and it's fucking great. It's a really nice place.
But do you look and go, okay, so where we're positioned right now as we're talking, you have one stage and you have another, and we look at that one over there and go, okay, well, that's the goal, right? The bigger one. What's it going to take to get to that, though?
Getting some sort of weapons.
Oh, okay.
And maybe attacking by night. I think that would probably work quite well. I think it's one of those, it's difficult to, make it or kind of break into a certain level, but we do this because we love it.
Yes.
We thoroughly enjoy doing this. If we were doing this for money or people to tell us that we're proud of you, or then we wouldn't be doing this for the right reasons. We do it because we love being disgusting, sweaty stage gremlins and performing for people.
See, there are elements that I completely resonate with, and I go, okay, I completely understand. Particularly, if you were doing this for money, well, give up now. You might as well just forget it, because ultimately that's never going to happen.
Hell no.
But it still requires effort and time and so on to make Novacrow a thing. For you, in the last, let's say 12 months, because I feel like the last 12 months, and particularly into 18, has been particularly special for Novacrow.
Yeah.
What have you noticed? From your perspective, what have you noticed that's changed and why people are talking about Novacrow? Because it feels like there's a lot more buzz.
Yeah.
So, like Bloodstock and stuff like that.
It's difficult because I guess it's good. We're getting a lot more fun gig offers that we're really happy about. We tend to sell a lot more merch, which is great. Very exciting.
Obviously.
And I mean, the thing is, if you thoroughly enjoy what you're doing and love it,
you think it still matters, that? Do you think it does resonate?
Yeah, I think so.
It would hope so, right?
Yeah.
We often say the most enjoyable experience is when you look and see the people on stage are enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
If they look happy, it kind of almost infectious to a certain degree. It's easy to say that, but easy to do. What's the mantra of Novacrow that means you're able to keep that up? It's not always easy.
Yeah. Well, our actual official mantra is talking point over quality, which is if it's more entertaining, go for that. If it's at the expense of playing it perfectly. But I think we get on super well. We have a huge laugh. If you're going to be in a band with people, you have to enjoy their company. You have to know each other well enough to know when to just be stop. Just stop. People need time for themselves, because you spend most of the time crammed in a tiny, stinky space with the same people for hours and hours and hours. Late nights, you've got to really be respectful of each other. But I think most of all, you've got to make each other laugh. Every gig, we are creasing about some stupid, weird.
But you're also able to separate and just take time to yourselves.
Yeah, I guess if you got longer runs and shows, that's harder, and that's when you got to learn to sort of this is some me time, this is some me time. But,
let's say to date then, what has been the most difficult aspect of being a Novacrow for you? I'm going to flip that in a minute, because I don't like to focus on negative. We're going to do positive, but for now.
The most difficult thing about, for me, genuinely, was COVID happening.
Oh, of course.
So what's worse is we were on a real good roll.
Yeah.
We were getting better and better shows. We look back in the pictures, and we were getting really good support slots. big packed out crowds.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I don't, you know, it's one of those where you're just like, damn it, this was,
Yeah.
we were doing really well, and then COVID happened, and it was like,
And you could never have known how long that was going to go on
Yeah.
for, yeah.
and venues are still recuperating, and lots didn't make it through that, but that was, I think it's difficult knowing that it was at such a good point. I mean, there was no way we were going to go, oh, forget it, we're giving up. Especially when you look at those pictures and we're just like, all the way through lockdown, just not doing any. I mean, we got to do the album. We used that time to record the album through Dropbox, basically. Snippets here and there, sending
the
stuff.
benefits we can take from that period.
Yeah.
So flip it around then, as I said, that's okay. And you weren't alone in that period. Everyone suffered, even from the biggest and the smallest, in different varied ways. But okay, so like the last couple of years then, and how it's been, what's been the most positive experience?
Oh, loads. I think listening to the album for the first time when we were like, it's done, and like soaking it in and being like, yes. I think one of the interesting things about the whole COVID experience is our plan before that moment was, right, we're all gonna the three of us are gonna get together and write an album.
Yes.
And then we couldn't do that. So we ended up writing a completely different album than we could have possibly have made if we'd have like done that in person. So I guess that's interesting. Because obviously you write based on music's just throwing things into the air and it happening because of chance. So I guess we wouldn't have had this album had that not happened.
That's interesting, then, because ultimately, I still think we're in a period of where you almost speak the bands who wrote during COVID and so on, and it's called a COVID album for better words.
Yeah.
But that would not be the case, like from the outside perspective.
Yeah, it isn't just
Novacrow.
like I'm locked inside.
Yeah, exactly.
In none of the
but
themes.
you're almost suggesting, well, it's a period because of the period.
Well, you get influenced by different stuff. I was on like a Greek myth rampage.
Really?
When, like, I was reading lots and lots of like different things. So I think I probably got inspired by different things than I might not have like.
Because it's such, you are the experience. Without going too personal, was it because were you furloughed? Were you at home? Right, so you had a lot of time.
So John and I live together.
Yeah.
We're married.
Of course.
He was furloughed for the first section, and then I was going to be furloughed, and then he had to go back to like work the day after. So half of lockdown, one of us was furloughed, and there was one day of crossover. We were both working from home at the same time, and it was like, are you serious?
You had that one day at least.
Yeah, of working at home together. We didn't get any day of furlough together. It's like, come on, man. But
That's incredible. Right, we are going to do Ozzy Osbourne.
okay.
Brendan, you want to grab him? So, this is a random selection of about 140 questions that could be anything and everything. The most
exciting.
stupid or the most serious, and you pull them out and answer it, basically.
If this is like, what are your credit card
You don't have to
details?
do all
Oh yeah,
that.
there was not quite that bad. What have you got?
Yay! I got, what video game defined your childhood?
Defined your childhood. That's a big one.
Yeah, right. The Pokemon games. I adore Pokemon still. I'm obsessed with them, and I've played the shit out of them.
This is what we do now. Now I'm not going to move on to the next one. No, okay, right. So, what was when you say Pokemon games? Was there a specific ones? Red, blue, yellow?
I got yellow first.
Right, yellow first. Okay.
Then I played blue, and then I've just continually played them all.
And has that continued to today? Because obviously they continuously are Pokemon games. Okay.
I still play them.
Right.
And also, follow-up answer, because it's fresh in my brain as well. I also adored Simpsons Hit and Run on PS2.
Oh, okay.
And we went to an arcade bar last night, and me and my friend, who also loved Simpsons Hit and Run, we sat and played it for so long. We got to Lisa's World, which is the third one. We played it
I'm
for
pretty
so
sure it's
long.
not okay in that kind of environment.
I know, and
you should probably put the controller down.
But it was like... And as we left, I was like, I can't even cope with the idea that someone's going to reset the console and our hard work.
Are you still playing Pokemon by today's standards? I mean, on the
Yeah.
Switch and Pokemon Curious, is that the one?
I
The open
played,
world one?
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet.
Oh,
Played
okay, right.
Violet.
What about the TV show? Big fan? The anime?
We've seen some of the newer ones recently. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it's what it is, isn't it?
Okay, I'm asking because I am of a certain age, and although I'm not a Pokemon fan, I am of a Nintendo
Yeah.
64. Was when I was a
Excellent.
teenager was my console.
Right, yeah.
And obviously that had a game like Pokemon Snap on it. And that is obviously a lovely, lovely game.
Very cute.
Yes. Okay, right, Pokemon. Right, choose another one. You're going to do a couple at least.
Yeah. Brilliant. More of this. What is your worst habit?
Everyone's got one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't relax. I have no chill. I just am constantly doing. So my idea of relaxing is doing two things at once.
Yeah.
So like, I don't rest. So I guess that's not a good habit.
And I'm not going to take it. There is something you do. Everybody has something they do that when it is shut down time. What is a moment where you're like, I'm going to shut down? Be it sit down and watch a movie, sit down and play a game. There's something you will do where you just generally will lose an hour or two and you're just stopping. What is it?
I'm trying to think. I get
Simpsons Hit and Run.
Simpsons Hit and Run, hogging the arcade machine. I'm trying to think. This isn't saying like I could make up something really gross just to say it, and then you could use that as the quote.
That's the
of
snippet,
just,
yep.
yeah, I collect anuses. There you go. There's the
Okay,
clickbait.
there we go. All right, choose another one then.
We'll leave that one there. Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
That's our next album.
Let's see how serious it is.
What's more interesting to you, deep space or deep sea? Oh my god, I was just talking about this.
This is an interesting one at the timing
Yeah,
as well.
I know, right? Okay, so both of these are a hell no. We were literally talking about this in the car way here. I wouldn't want to go to space.
Yeah.
I didn't like lockdown because I couldn't go outside and do stuff. Space is just that. But then deep sea is even worse. At least I can be like, oh look, I'm in space. Deep sea, I'm like, fuck this.
So you reckon you're more frightened of deep space than deep sea than deep space?
Oh, I guess the question is what's more
Yeah,
interesting?
what's more
I just
interesting?
projected fear.
Yeah.
More interesting space because there's so much unknown. Obviously, we all know that like Tulu lives down there. And
Yeah, but we know so little as well.
I know.
Okay.
Inside intel.
Yes. Oh, you are literally the second band tonight to pull that out.
Oh no.
Bad
We're not
timing.
great at shuffling.
Yeah, we are shufflers, 140 of them, but purely because of timing more than
Yeah.
anything else. Right, choose another.
Okay.
Alright, I'll do that.
If this is like the headline, what is a horror movie scenario
Oh, perfect.
you'd hate to be in?
Yeah. Scenario, yeah.
Oh man, that's hard. I mean, quite a lot. Like being killed, I guess, wouldn't be top of my list. I'm trying to think of a bit in something that I was like, oh hell no. I think it would annoy me if I was in a really cliched moment where I would yell at the TV like, don't split up, you knobhead.
Or
and then
like
I'd
running
be
up
like,
the stairs rather than at the front door.
Yeah,
that
or
kind of
like,
nonsense.
drop. We have a music video that's been finished,
Yeah.
which has a joke about that, where it's a slasher film where the person is making classic bad dream decisions, and one of them is a joke about that.
Right.
But I reckon I'd be one of those people, you know, like if there's a ghost, and I'd be so like, it's fucking special effects, mate.
The
there's
disbeliever.
there's no chance. To the point where it would be too late for me to go, oh, you know what? Fair play, maybe it is. I'd take so much convincing that I'd then die because I'll be like, I'd also be one of those people that like, we do a Ouija board and I'll be there like, butthole.
Oh,
And then I
right.
deserve to be killed by the ghost. So.
Well, you use the Ouija board, you deserve exactly what you get. Don't play with fate, basically. Who
No, well,
knows?
it's
Even if you
made
don't
by
believe
Hasbro,
it.
like-
Yes, but we still don't fuck with it. We don't want to mess with it.
Disclaimer, if ghosts are real, sods. Sods, guys.
Well, that's awkward. All right, one more. Let's do one more and wrap this up.
I'm so gonna get cursed and then sent to space. How do you like your steak done?
Oh, for God's sake, one of the most controversial questions you could ever
yeah,
get.
you know why? Because I don't eat meat, so
That's
I
not
guess
done.
running
Not done.
around in a field. Sorry.
No, there's no reason to apologise. I mean, literally, I'm not much of a meat, although I do eat still occasional bits of meat. My stance on steak is one of those where people go, oh, don't do that kind of thing. Let's elaborate on that. You apologetic for that. Do you get a lot of
Yeah.
like pushback on your stance?
The ghosts will be more forgiving than if I start going down this road. I don't eat meat out of choice.
Of course, absolutely. There's nothing wrong
Note
with
how I
that.
am not preaching This is on the record. I am not preaching.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If ghosts are real, you were going to meet a ton of freaking cows and sheep and stuff like that who are going to love you. So.
Yeah. That would be quite scary, actually. Just a herd of ghost cows.
The fields of heaven, basically. Yeah, right. Rest of 2023. What can you tell us? What are you able to talk about? What might we be looking forward to in regards to Novacrow?
Working on new material.
Yeah.
So
That's the focus.
Waiting for the muse to come and trying out lots of ideas. We're booking some more gigs for the end of the year.
How experimental is things at the moment? Where are you looking?
Very early, looking for ideas and thinking about, we should use this stupid instrument or this stupid idea and something.
And just seeing how it works.
Yeah.
That's all we need to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?